Welcome back to SportsZone. This is your favorite baseball segment, Getting to Third Base. I'm Kristen. I have Aviva here with me. And spring training is fully underway, which is really exciting. The MLB, or the Bleacher Report, released a power rankings list at the beginning of this month, which I think it's still a little bit early to really determine whether or not the ranking was correct and seeing if all those teams are ranked where they should be. But they ranked the Houston Astros as number one, coming off of their World Series win last year, followed by the Cubs, Dodgers, Nationals, and New York Yankees. And Aviva, I just wanted to get your initial take on that top five and see what you thought about that.
So it's not surprising at all that the Houston Astros is number one. In most sports and in baseball, the winner of the championship, the World Series, normally is number one in the rankings preseason the following year. That's not surprising. I still think the Astros are really good. We'll see if they do a repeat. Who knows? It's really hard to do a repeat in baseball, but they are ranked number one. But the most interesting ranking that I found in those top five was that I disagree that the Yankees is below the Nationals. I don't know what they should be, but I think the Yankees should be above the Nationals because both the Yankees and the Nationals, they have some good pitching. But looking at their offense, the Yankees have a much better offense. Getting Stanton over the offseason with Judge, with Gary Sanchez, those three people right there, amazing, right? So I think they're much better than Murphy or Zimmerman that the Nationals have. So I think the Yankees should be above the Nationals.
I definitely agree with that. I think that the Yankees definitely really strengthened their lineup, obviously, over the offseason with the additions that they made. And then transitioning from teams that are ranked in the top five, I want to move to the bottom five. The Chicago White Sox, we saw, were ranked in the bottom five in the ranking that was released. But they are looking into possibly acquiring a big bat in their lineup, Mike Moustakas. It's just a rumor, it's not definite, but I wanted to get your take. Do you think that Mike Moustakas is enough of a difference maker to really help this team?
I don't think so. Mike Moustakas last season batted .272, and the Chicago White Sox's had 6 players that had above a .272 offense, and they still came in fourth in the AL Central, and they were like 20 games below 500. So I don't think he's really going to be that big difference maker that will push them to beat the Indians or push them to beat, in the top of the AL Central.
And then another big name player that's still on the free agent market, which is really interesting at this point, is Jake Arrieta. So Aviva, the teams that are looking into possibly getting him are the Phillies and possibly the Nationals. So I wanted to get your take. Do you think that he would be the arm that the Nationals really need in their rotation?
I think so. The Nationals know that they're competing with the New York Mets, and the New York Mets, we have talked in the past about their rotation, but I think the Nationals want to have an extra arm in their back pocket, pretty much, to compete. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think it's interesting if he goes to the Phillies, because the Phillies are not really doing that well in the past few years. So I don't know if they're really going to do much better than the Mets or the Nationals, who are pretty much 1-2, probably going to be in the NL East. So we'll see.
And then going off of what you said about the New York Mets, they have their new manager this year, Mickey Callaway. He's the former pitching coach for the Cleveland Indians, and he said that this group of pitchers that he has on the Mets is the best group of arms that he's ever seen, which is a pretty big statement considering the pitchers that he's coached with the Indians, a couple of Cy Young winners that he's worked with. So Aviva, do you think making a statement like that is really going to motivate this Mets rotation to really be able to compete and make it far this season?
I think it could go either way. On one side, I think it will push them to that they know they have the manager's approval, not really approval, but the manager's motivation, right? But on the other side, I think it might not scare them, but it will be like, shoot, our manager said such high things about us. We need to make sure we meet up to that expectation. So I don't know. I see both sides.
And I think it's definitely going to be interesting going forward to see how the season plays out for the teams that we talked about and whether these big names that are still on the free agent market will get signed in the coming weeks as spring training continues. But that's all the time we have for Getting to Third Base, and stick around for more Sports Zone after this.